Hello, after an awful week last week in the European Masters, we're back for the European Tour this week with the KLM Open over in Holland. The market is headed by Thomas Pieters. He won this event last year. He's playing in probably the best form on the European Tour, but he's set out his objective to make the Ryder Cup team. He's done that. Will he continue with his good form now that he's done what he wanted to do? I'm not so sure. He doesn't want to peak too early for the end of the month, the Ryder Cup over in America. And I think odds of, 8 to 1. A little bit too short for Thomas Pieters. He is the form horse in the event, but I wouldn't be taking him. He's a big hitter. Conditions will suit at the Dutch GC. But for me, he's far too short a price. A week ago, if he needed to win to make the Ryder Cup, I'd probably back him. But now he's already done the business. He's in Darren Clarke's side. I wouldn't back him 8 to 1. Alex Noren won last week. He's an 11 to 1. He hasn't got great a record at this event. I know it's a new venue, but he hasn't got a great record. For that reason, despite having a first and a runner-up spot in his last 2 events, I wouldn't be backing him either. I'm going to go further down the list. I think there's some outsiders this week. David Howe, 66 to 1 with Coral. I think it's a decent bet. Howe finished third at the Czech Masters in the last month, and he played well last week at the European Masters to finish in a share of 29th. He's got a good record at this event. Yeah, he played very well at the Open Championship, 22nd, and he's steadily getting back to sort of the form that saw him make the Ryder Cup. He's won 5 times on the European Tour before. I think 66 to 1 is a big price about a proven winner. My second selection is Oliver Wilson, who looks absolutely massive at 150 to 1 with Coral. Fisher has had 2 top 10 finishes this tournament in the last 2 years. He's in no worse than 32nd place in his last 5 visits. And his form is in great form. Last week he carded the final round 63 to finish in a share of 12th spot on Sunday with a fantastic performance. And I always like players who end their round on a high and then come full of confidence. And I think Oliver Fisher at 150 to 1 is a huge price. Another 150 to 1 shot is a big price. It's Magnus Carlsen. He's 150 to 1 with both Ball Sports and Betfred. He's finished 7th and 11th here in the last 2 attempts. His form is solid. He's had 2 top 30 finishes in his last he said 4 top 30 finishes in the last 5 events. And last week he had a 65 in his 3rd round at the European Masters as well. And 150 to 1 in a sort of time of the year where you do get shock results, I think that's a decent bet. So my 3 tips this weekend in the KLM Dutch Open, I'm going to go for David Howe, 66 to 1 with Coral, Oliver Fisher, and a massive 150 to 1 with Coral. That price cannot last a day. And Magnus Carlsen, another 150 to 1 shot with Ball Sports and Betfred. Please pass this on. Get people to follow me here on the YouTube channel. And also you can follow me on Twitter at Seeley_Nigel. That's Seeley_Nigel. Thank you very much. And I hope to catch you up next week with some winners on the European Tour.